Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel startuplanes.com. I am Tanvi, and as you know, these are the series of interviews that we are conducting for the promotion of some excellent startups across our country. Now the very first questions which arises in your mind is, why should you watch these interviews? You should watch these interviews if you are a job seeker. You should watch this interview if you want to invest, if you want to know the merits and demerits of a particular startup. We provide you some excellent experiences from which you can learn, and that too free of cost. In today's interview, we have the Managing Director of Vijayesh Kumar and Sons Private Limited. The company was established in February 2021. It was working with Missouri State University earlier. He came back to India in December 2019, and after that he started planning to start something which serves the society. After analyzing everything, he came to the conclusion that he can serve the society in two different ways, either by providing health services or by providing educational services. Finally, he decided to do both and started his company Vijayesh Kumar and Sons Private Limited. With the objective to provide both health and education services, the first step in his regard is opening of Parashar Hospital, which is a unit of Vijayesh Kumar and Sons Private Limited. I must say, indeed, it's a great thought. So let's know more about this wonderful thought and the working of this company from Vijayesh himself. Good evening, sir. I am Tanvi from Startup Lanes, and we are very grateful to have you on the board for this interview.
Thank you, Tanvi. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Sir, I will please request you to introduce yourself to our viewers.
I am Dr. Vijayesh Kumar, Managing Director of Vijayesh Kumar and Sons Private Limited, and we are running a hospital, Parashar Hospital, which is situated in Murli Manohar complex near Untitled Chapter in Jaipur.
Sir, my very first question to you is that how did you come up with this idea of startup?
See, Tanvi, I was an NRI. I was working for Missouri State University.
Yeah.
So, what I thought is, as Vivekananda said, no service is greater than the service of the motherland. So that's why I decided to come back to India, and we established our company, Vijayesh Kumar and Sons Private Limited, in February 2021.
Okay.
So, and then we started working on starting a hospital. So the objective of the company is to start hospital, and then we have decided to enter into the education industry as well. So we will provide health and education facilities to especially to urban people and rural people, and then to the urban. So our focus is not on the urban but mostly on rural, because rural development is very, very important. Our urban areas are developing. India is developing, no doubt, but the rural areas it needs development, and services are not that good in rural areas.
Yeah, exactly.
So our priority is working with rural population. So that's why our hospital is situated in the eastern side of Muzaffarpur city, and then we are focusing on the rural people, and from Muzaffarpur to Samastipur. So we have started at a local town, a small town, but our vision is very broad. We want to provide like world-class facilities here in this small town, and then as the company will grow, we will move to urban areas, and then we will enter into the education industry. We have our immediate planning is to start A&M and GNM college, so that our hospital gets our own A&M and GNM, and then in the general education as well. So we are working on health and education simultaneously.
Okay. So sir, the next thing I want to ask that what are the challenges that you're facing? Like, as I know that you are a fresh startup, so I want to know that what are the challenges you're facing in the early stage of your journey?
See, the first challenge is of the funding as well, because I was working abroad, and funding is a big issue. So we have local partners, and then we collaborated with the private banks, and then for a startup we went to the government sector as well. So we have 3-4 banking partners, and we are working with them. But still, it's not that smooth. So that is the biggest challenge. One thing. Another thing is when you enter into the industry, the service sector, I mean, then it has its own challenges as well. Like it's a small city, getting equipments on time, getting all these equipments installed. It's a bit challenging, but still, if you are committed, then nothing can stop you. So we are working on it, and very soon we will have almost everything is established, but still few things are needed. So very soon we are going to establish everything, and then it will run as smoothly.
And I'm sure, sir. So, sir, as per my knowledge, you have an established market out there. So, the next thing I want to know that what was the market gap that you identified?
You know, there are few things. Like first one is cleanliness.
Okay, yeah.
We have 2-3 hospitals here, but they are not working on cleanliness.
Yes.
So if you walk in, everywhere you will feel like dirt is there, and services are not at par with our big cities.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest concern. Another one is quality service as well. So people, they are ready to pay, but they don't get quality service.
Yeah.
So that gap we identified, and then we are trying to fill that gap. So in our hospital, you will see whenever you walk in 24/7, you will get neat and clean campus. We have hired like housekeeping, which provides best service in the city, and that also everything all the conditions we have set, the standard we have set, and then at our terms and conditions they have to work. So 24 hours, whenever I will go on round, I have told them that you make sure that our campus is neat and clean, our beds are clean, our patients doesn't have any problem, our attendants, they don't have any problem. So our sitting area, whether it is sitting area, whether it is ward, it is private ward, it is general ward, it is ICU, NICU, whatever it is, it should be neat and clean. So in our hospital, we have ICU, 6-bedded ICU, we have 5-bedded NICU, a small one. We have then we have general ward, private ward, special wards are there. Even in general ward, we have installed ACs. In the city, very few hospitals are there. We provide ACs in general ward, but we have provided. We are not going to charge them highly. Our cost is cheaper. It is affordable, and at the same time, we are going to provide quality service. So our patients and their attendants, they will never have any problem, and they will get quality service.
So, sir, my next question is that can you explain your business model in detail?
Our business model is like we are private limited company. We are going for funds from banking sector, private and public both.
Yeah.
So we have kept equity at 25%. 25% equity will be there, and 75% we will borrow from outsiders. So 75% will be debt, 25% will be equity, and then we will get, once we have enough funding, 100% funding, then according to our objective, according to our vision, we will keep working.
Okay.
Right. So that's the simple business model.
Yeah. So the next question is also simple, but still I want you to specify the products and services that you provide.
Service?
Products and service. I need you to specify your products and services that you provide.
No, we are not in production. We are in service sector.
Yes.
We are not in production. We are in service sector. So we are going to provide health and education. So health services, as I told you, we have a hospital. Just now we are operating with 25 beds, but very soon we are going to extend it to 100 beds. So we'll convert it to 100-bedded hospital. Then in-house we will have A&M college and GNM college. So from A&M college and GNM college we will have our nurses, nursing staff, we will have our own. Because if you hire from the market, so there you don't know, like it's a small city again, I tell you. And then here education is not at par again with the big cities if you compare and other good universities. So we have challenges both in education as well as in health sector. So if you hire 10 nursing staff, 2 are well qualified, but 8 they don't have that much knowledge. So you have to train them. So if we have our own A&M and GNM college, so simultaneously they will get trained. In-house training they will get. And as soon as they pass out, they will be ready to work anywhere they want. So whether they decide to work with us or they decide to work anywhere, outside our company, they will never have any problem. So we will never compromise with the quality. Here, out of these 10 people, 8 people, you can't believe me, but they know nothing literally. So everything you have to teach them from the very, very beginning. So that's why our objective is to start in college, GNM college. In the in-house hospital we have, so we can give them training from the very beginning. And when they pass out, they have all their skills they need to work. So whether if they want to work in NICU, they will get training accordingly. If they want to work in ICU, they will get training accordingly. If they want to go for general nursing, then that they can do. So whatever area they choose, they will get mastery in that area. And then we will neither they will have any problem nor the employer who are going to hire them have any problem. So most of them will work with us, but some of them, if they want to go out, then that also they can work wherever they want.
Okay. So sir, my next question to you is that as we discussed that you have an established market out there. So I want to know that as a customer, why one should prefer your services over them. Also, if you can list down a few of your unique features that differs you from your competitors.
See, we provide quality service and at the same time at affordable rate. It's like we are much cheaper, at least 25% cheaper than all other hospitals who provide services here in the city. At the same time, our services are much, much better than their services. We have 24 hours emergency. We have 24 hours critical care and trauma center. We are going to provide free ambulance to pregnant ladies, and we are going to provide free ambulance to senior citizens. And then we have operation theater, well equipped. And we have a labor room that's also well equipped. Then we have 24 hours medicine that all the hospitals provide. That's not a big deal. But main thing which makes us different from others is our cost is 25% cheaper than other hospitals. And another thing is we are going to provide free ambulance to pregnant ladies and senior citizens. So these are the two services no one provides in the city, and we are the first one to provide all these facilities. Then we have around 52 nursing staff. We have 34 doctors in our panel. So all the big doctors are there. So whatever problem they have, whether they need whether it is neurophysician, neurosurgeon, cardiologist, nephro, whatever they have, ENT, everything is under one roof. So they don't have to go out. Then we have pathology. We have all kinds of tests here, ECG, X-ray, ultrasound, whatever. So everything they will get under one roof. Once they walk into the hospital, they don't have to move anywhere else. everything. They will get all the facilities at one place and at an affordable rate. At least, once again, I tell you, at least 25% cheaper than other hospitals. So that's the thing which makes us different from others. And that's why one more thing I must tell you, that cleanliness. As I mentioned before, we are working on that. And then we will provide neat and clean hospital to the city. And that's why I expect that our hospital will get patients from in and around the city.
I'm sure, sir. So my next question to you is that we have discussed about the customers, we have discussed about the products and services that you provide. The next thing I want to ask that if there are job applicants out there, so why he or she should work with you?
Yeah, see, we have already hired around around 100 staff, nursing, then support staff, whatever. Altogether around 100 staff we have already hired. Why they will work with us? Because when we are good with patient, we are good. We take care of our employees as well. We work as one family. We take care of the needs of our employees. We provide, all the facilities. As a private limited company, from the day one, they have their PF account. Their salary will go to the bank account. Here, because it is a small city, what is the trend is like they get in-hand salary. Only few organizations pay salary in their bank account. What we are doing is we have opened salary account of all the employees. We are giving them provident fund PF, and then we are paying them by bank account. So when salary will go in their bank account, salary account, they will get all the benefits from my partner banks, right? So they will be the employees of the company. We will support them. At the same time, they will get the support of the bank and all the facilities, like if there's someone wants any kind of loan, any credit card, so all the facilities they will get. So that's why I think people will join. They are already joining, and we are already around 100 people organization.
That's great to hear. The next thing I want you to ask that if not this startup, then what else you would be doing right now?
Otherwise, I was a professor in Missouri State University. If I would not have joined, if I would have joined this profession, I was a professor. I was a teaching professor, and I would be teacher because I'm the third, generation who was in teaching. My grandfather was a teacher, my father, my mother, and now me. So I basically I'm a teacher. But I wanted to serve the society, and that's why I decided to come back in this area and then trying to serve the society. Whatever I can do, I'm doing my level best.
Yeah, that's great to hear. The next thing I want to ask that what are the products and services you are in daily touch with, and on what parameters do you select the vendors and suppliers?
We are not in production service. Again, we are providing services. So, but our suppliers are there. All the equipments we have our partners, and we are buying from them. We have around 6-7 vendors. So what I tell them is, we will not compromise with the quality. So price you can put, and we will see. Price should also be comparable. It's not like whatever you want you can put. So that we match. But the main thing is we go for the higher price, but we don't compromise with the quality. If they provide substandard products at a cheaper rate, we never take that. So first thing is quality. We buy quality equipment. So I tell our suppliers that whenever you quote the best quality product, and we are getting all the equipments, quality equipments we have installed in our ICU, NICU, with warmer, with phototherapy, with ventilator. whatever it is, be it OT light, OT table, all are of a standard quality, right? So we never compromise with the quality, because we are, when anyone is in ICU or trauma center, they need to be taken care of, right? And utmost care should be taken. So that's why we never compromise with the quality, because it's about life and death, isn't it? So we whenever we buy quality equipment, so that our patients, they shouldn't have any problem.
Okay. So the next thing I want to ask that what are your recent and long-term plans for your startup?
My recent plan is to focus on this hospital. So we are trying to provide quality service to the city. So in the short term, we are not going to run any other subsidiary. So only this hospital will run. So in the short term, we will provide quality services to our rural people and to the urban people living in the city. But in the long run, we are going to have schools, we are going to have colleges, and then we will try to open our branches in other cities as well. And maybe I'm not sure, but maybe we will go global as well. So vision is quite broad, but let's see what like man proposes, God disposes. So let's see what happens next. But our vision is quite broad.
We wish you luck for whatever aims and goals you have decided. The next thing I want to ask that are you planning to raise funds, and if not now, then are you planning to do so in the near future?
We are planning to raise funds. We have our partners, 3 bankers are there. Okay. So we are raising funds from there. And that's not enough, because we are going to enter into the education sector as well. Yeah. So we are planning to raise funds. So all the investors are welcome. Whenever they want to invest, yes, we will welcome them. And we will expand our business, we will expand the company, and then we will run other institutes as well as per our plan if we get investment. So we do welcome the investors, and I invite them to invest in our venture. Yeah.
Sir, my last question to you is that I would love to hear the feedback on startup lanes.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It provides a very good platform. All right, and we share our thoughts, our views. So it's a very good platform. I appreciate your efforts, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Lastly, if you want to thank someone from your team or friends and family, then you can do so.
Yes. First of all, my parents. I'd like to thank my parents because they gave me freedom of doing whatever I want. Otherwise, sometimes you get ifs and buts. So I would like to thank them. They trust, they believe in me, and whatever I do. Because when I was trying to quit my job, I was working for Missouri State University, as I told you before. So they were a little concerned in the beginning. Okay. So I tried to convince them. I convinced them. So and I did not face much problem, because they are quite cooperative. So first of all, I'd like to thank them. Then I'd like to thank my wife, because she supports me whatever I do. She never raised question. Then my kids. I have 2 kids, Eklavya and Siddharth. So I thank them as well, because because of this hospital, I don't give much time to my kids, but they don't complain much. They know that I'm doing something big, and they never complain. So I'd like to thank my sons as well, and then my sisters, my entire family, then my entire team. My nursing staff, support staff. I will told you around 52 nursing and support staff we have. Then doctors are there, 34 plus. Then other staff. So in total, we are around 100, and all of them are wonderful. Wonderful. I love working with them. So I thank each and every member of this Parashar Hospital family for their support and their cooperation. So thanks, and thank you as well. Thank you, Tanvi, for inviting me and giving me this much time. So thanks a lot.
You're welcome, sir. Also, thanks to you for your time and crucial words. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.